Controllers up. Are you ready for the combo? Up, triangle. Did you like that split?
Hey guys, welcome back to Work Room Weekly. I'm Brian.
And I'm Jason.
And we are recapping episodes 5 and 6. We took a little break last week because we had some drag queens stop by the studio.
We had some winners step in for us while we were off. As we mentioned in the last episode, we chatted with Plastique Tiara and Nymphia Wind ahead of their brand new nationwide tour, the Serpents Tour. It actually got postponed a couple of the dates because of the crazy weather we were having here on the East Coast.
Winter Storm 2026.
Yeah, so actually the tour kicked off like last Friday. So we talked to them like right before. And
you had tickets.
I know. I will still go. They rescheduled the New York date, so we'll be there. But I've been seeing some clips and it looks incredible. So if people have not checked out to see if they're coming to a town near them, definitely look because these girls are putting on a show.
So watch our interview, and we also had an Onya Nurve surprise drop-in.
Yes.
Last week, we interviewed the reigning queen.
Yeah, she has a brand new show on Wow Presents Plus called Hello, Hello, Hello. It's a recap kind of series where she chats with the eliminated queens from season 18. She watches like their audition tapes, talk to them about their experiences on the show. So very cool. We love to see Onya, booked and busy. She's going to be going to Vegas for Drag Race Live in a couple months. So like you said, our reigning queen is on the run, which we love.
But we got to get into the past 2 episodes because we've had the talent show, the talent extravaganza, parts 1 and 2, episodes 5 and 6 of season 18.
I know. It kind of worked out with us taking a week off because it was broken up into 2 weeks. But I definitely think we should chat a little bit about episode 5, the acts that were seen in that one, and then we can fully dive into episode 6.
And when we met the cast, they all said they thought the talent show would be episode 1.
Yeah.
But there was a twist.
Yes.
It's a Rada Queen.
Yeah.
So it pays off to have the queens, get to know each other and can play some mind games.
Yeah, there was full strategy going on in this. The first half of both of these episodes was just like the girls scheming and planning, So
what is this, Traitors? Is
I
this
know,
Survivor?
I know.
I can't keep up.
Yeah. So in episode 5, we had 6 girls go in this portion. Let's run through each of them because there were some pretty eclectic performances. Starting off specifically with Sierra Mist, who did a spoken word performance.
Poetry.
Yes, which I'm always going to commend someone who can break out of the lip sync format that we see on pretty much every talent show. She looked beautiful. This outfit was gorgeous. This could have been a runway piece. And I really loved the messaging behind it. I think, Sierra is a very smart drag queen. She doesn't give you the surface level beep bop boop bop. Like she's really like, she has messaging behind her drag. She has, a lot of emotions that she wants to convey. And I saw it. Like I got it. Like I was watching with a friend and they were like, no, this is like deep. Like this is really cool. Obviously it didn't really resonate with some of the queens and the judges. But what did you think on this?
Yeah, same feeling where it's like, this is cool, but it's like a time and a place, obviously comedy always does better on RuPaul's Drag Race. And if you can death drop and, split, is that what we're calling it?
Yeah.
It's going to get a different reaction. So it's like at a bar, can I see Sierra Mist doing this performance? Yeah. And it might bring the room down a little bit, but that reveal with the the skeleton and the gore was definitely cool.
Yeah, so I will give props to Sierra absolutely on this. And then speaking of the dips and the splits and the whirls, we had Juicy Love Dion follow this up. I mean, this was a highly anticipated one. We have been waiting to see Juicy put her dance abilities to full effect, and we absolutely saw that with this original song lip sync performance.
Putting the T in talent. I mean, So You Think You Can Dance alum.
Yeah.
Bringing magic to the main stage.
I mean, I would say this is one of the best dance performances we've ever seen on the show. Like this was spectacular. It was a masterclass.
And there was also a character there, the kind of, space robot thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't just cool dancing, there was a performance.
Yeah, Juicy, I ate that. It's so infectious. Like, absolutely loved it. So hopefully we get to see some more from Juicy, and yeah, 'cause she brought the house down. And then next we had Nini Coco, who brought to life her viral praying mantis.
Had you seen it before?
Yeah. So when we were, I think we talked about it briefly in the Meet the Queens or in the cast reveal. But yeah, I had known this video of Nini before, and it's so iconic. And I think everyone who knew of that video was wanting to see that. So I was seeing some feedback online of people being like, we've seen this before, it's repetitive, it's boring. It's like, no, she has
it's called a routine for a reason.
Yeah.
You have practiced it.
Yeah.
You perform it. It works. Like, it's much smarter to do something that's tried and true than to try something completely brand new.
Yeah.
I loved the praying mantis bit.
Yeah.
And also, it's just such a cool moment to see eating the head of the, because I guess praying mantises
eat each other?
In the mating ritual, the female praying mantis, when she's done with the deed, she bites off the head of the man.
Damn.
The male.
Wow. Okay, I'll have to take notes. Love that. Good to know.
This is the second time Nini has given us some Nat Geo, some real nature show energy.
She knows what the hell's going on.
Her and Anteater Armadillo.
No, that was Juicy. That was Juicy who did the pangolin. The pangolin. But Nini did do the spotted frog look.
Right.
So I think both of them need to do like a Nat Geo like tour. Send the girls out to like the savannah or something and just let them have fun. Yeah, I thought this was great. I think it's like the perfect mix of like fashion, comedy, like just absurdity. She really blended them together so well.
She still did the splits or the flips.
Yeah, it was great. It was a perfect mix of like all elements you would want of a talent show, which I loved. And then next we had Vita Von T-Star, who did this jazzercise themed lip sync.
No.
All I'm going to say is sneakers on the runway.
This was a nothing.
Yeah.
It was nothing. It was like, this is what I would have done as a non-drag queen. I'd be like, I don't know, I'll get in an aerobics outfit and get up there. And I think this was lowered the bar to the bottom for me. Like, this is just the least interesting thing you can do.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough. It was rough. All I could think of watching this was Alyssa Edwards when she was on Global All Stars. She did a talent show and she did a jazzercise themed number, and that worked because of the Alyssa-isms of it all. Like, it's still at the end of the day a very rudimentary routine, but with Alyssa's personality and her camp, she's able to elevate that to something that is not pedestrian. Yeah. Where it's not to say that Vita doesn't have the personality for it, but I just don't think this was giving something that someone else wouldn't be able to perform.
There's no twist.
There was nothing. There was like nothing.
There's no twist.
That made it
An
unique.
aerobics teacher who's got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So she's doing the routine, but she keeps like looking around. Give it a little twist.
Yeah.
So
it was unfortunate to see, but that's how the cookie crumbles with her little cookie dumbbells.
Snooze.
And then next we had Darlene Mitchell. She did this handyman themed comedy performance. I thought it's very on brand, and I can always respect that. I thought it was funny. I thought
props master should have won.
Yeah, it was just fun. Like, I really liked, again, breaking out of like the singing, dancing mold of it all. Darlene's a good time. Darlene is just a good time gal, and she just brings such a light and a positivity. And I think that really shone through this performance, which I loved.
And not shooting down those trade of the season, allegations. Tools,
yeah,
we got the full construction worker.
Yes.
I was into it.
I loved it. And then last but not least, we had Mia Starr, who did this incredible rap dance performance.
Damn.
I mean, I would say probably one of the best original songs we've seen on the performance. This rap was so clean, so precise, and just seeing Mia, similar to Juicy, who have these extensive dance backgrounds, just do what they do best in their style and just let them shine on a stage. Incredible.
And Ross said it best. He was like, no one dances like this. If you saw someone doing this style of dance, you would think, they're stealing Mia.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just so unique and so stand out, just like visually,
she has like such an undeniable swagger to everything she does. And I think this performance really allowed that to be fully seen by everyone. So I'm just obsessed with Mia. I think she is such a star, no pun intended. Living up to her name is all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And then we got to go into the runway for episode 5. I got to give a quick shout out to Zara Larson as guest judge. This was one of my most anticipated guest judges of the season, and I'm sad we didn't talk about it in live time, but she looked incredible. She is such the moment. I'm going to campaign for 2027 Best New Artist for her at the Grammys because she is just Midnight Sun. She's having a moment, and she just, I love her. I love her so much.
She's coming to page 6.
Yes, we've had her. She's been in these halls, and she looked incredible. So yeah, just had to give a quick shout out to Zara.
Absolutely.
We love her around here. So the runway theme for episode 5 was Not Today Satin. So all satin, material
Satin is a
outfits.
hard material to work with because
Yes.
it is unforgiving.
Exactly.
It also screams prom dress.
Yeah.
If you do it wrong, I thought we had some major misses.
Yeah.
I thought Darlene looked like a man in it who got into his prom date's outfit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the prom date's got a tuxedo on. I
Yeah.
hated that look. And unfortunately for Darlene, I think Vita saved her aerobics routine with this incredible look.
Yeah.
The emerald green gown. I mean, Vita so far as her looks have been insane, but also with the emerald gem, breastplate, which come to think of it, kind of reminded me of Doechie's look at the Grammys.
Oh, yes.
But I love that.
Yeah.
How about you?
I mean, yeah, Vita can do no wrong when it comes to a sewing needle. She will be able to elevate herself out of any position she's put in challenge-wise when it comes to a runway, which is so great to see. My favorite was Juicy, this floral-inspired outfit with this like plum and forest green coloring with the beautiful like crystal embellishments. It just, as someone who is so small in stature, like Juicy, for her to have this grand silhouette, it was just so captivating. I thought she just looked spectacular.
Girls are going to the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum in New Mexico.
Yeah.
This is giving lady parts, and I loved it.
Yeah, she was like the cast member of Little Shop of Horrors. Like, it was just so fantastic. I will say Juicy does love a pussycat wig, and she's worn that wig multiple times, and I would love to see a different style on her, but that's my only note. Otherwise, it was a fantastic presentation by her. So the top 2 of this week were Juicy Love Dion and Mia Starr. Gave us the 2 knockdown performances of the talent show.
And if it weren't Rada Queen, I think possibly Nene would have been in the top 2.
Yeah.
But the Rada Queen, some friendships were being played, some alliances were being played. And I am so grateful for it because this was the best lip sync I've seen in years on Drag Race.
Correct.
It was so good.
This was Pretty Ugly by Zara Larson. This brought me back to like early Drag Race days in terms of like early 2010s when they, played the entire song. Not a second of this song was cut in this lip sync, and rightfully so, because these girls showed us exactly how to do a lip sync.
Insane.
It was fantastic. I don't even have the words for it. Like, I've sat with it for a week and I still can go back and like watch it, and this will absolutely go in the Hall of Fame of best Drag Race lip syncs of all time. It's fantastic.
Have you ever seen a pretty girl get ugly like that?
Oh my gosh.
Have you?
No.
I hadn't.
I hadn't.
The song, it like gave the song a whole new meaning, seeing especially Mia
Yes.
just embody this character. It was so funny and
I know.
so nasty.
I know.
loved it.
I know. Go Miami. Big win for Miami with this performance. The girls showed us exactly how it needed to
and
be
we got
done.
a dun-da-da-da-da,
double win. Yes.
I knew it. I felt it in my bones.
Like, you can't after that performance. Literally, Rue was like, that's how you fight for yourself in this competition, is with a performance like that.
Absolutely.
It was just fantastic.
But then we come into episode 6, and Nene was saying what I was kind of speaking to. She's, she noticed that maybe there was some shenanigans with the Rada Queen being played, and she said, once again, Florida swung the vote to the wrong person.
Love.
Our Denver Queen is calling out the fact that there's like a million girls from Florida, and they are working together, and and teaming up.
Yeah, and we see it in the beginning of episode 6, but again, we're in that scheming mindset of the girls who are thinking. So Sierra Mist was the lowest rated queen of part 1, so she is going to have to lip sync against whoever is the lowest placed queen of episode 6, and then that will be the person eliminated. So there wasn't anyone eliminated at the end of episode 5. But we see with this, the girls are going back into strategy mode. Specifically, Sierra has her sights set on Discord, who's in the second group, and she thinks that she's going to be able to take her in a lip sync. So they're even like scheming, like, do we completely throw the vote and like do we everyone rank Discord last so we get her, you know, into that bottom position?
The glam team from a previous week was trying to protect, you know, Sierra Mist, but you know, the alliance based from episode 5 to 6, the alliance didn't really seem to hold up.
No,
the queens rated their peers pretty fairly.
Yeah.
I think they gave like a bump up one or a bump down one depending on their friendships, but I actually didn't see the alliance play out that hard.
No, neither did I. I mean, like, aside from like Kenya and Mia, like they both like placed each other 1, which I think helped, you know, Kenya in the end, as we'll see. But aside from that, I think it was pretty true to like who actually performed well, which I think how Rated Queen should go. So before we get into these presentations or in these talent shows, Michelle comes into the workroom. She gives the girls a little bit of advice going into the talent show. I think that the 2 big ones is that we once again talk about Discord's walk specifically. And
I like that Discord defended herself. She's like, you're telling me it's a bad walk, and yet it's the thing I'm most known for. In the age of the internet, you know, and also the way the show is producing it, Discord has her own cam.
Exactly, yes.
So it's like, and you know, Michelle said just loosen it up a little bit, which might not be physically possible.
I know.
But I love the walk. You know, I've said it on the show before. Like, it reminds me of the 2000s it girls, Nicole Richie, you know, Mary-Kate and Ashley, the giant glasses, walking down the street with a huge coffee cup, like, you know, barely balancing. To me, that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, really fun. And she also tells Kenya that she's noticed in past lip syncs that she doesn't know all the words often to her songs.
You know, peas and carrots, watermelon, watermelon.
Yeah, so she just has to be a little more cognizant of that going into this lip sync. Yes.
Which is, you know, interesting because going into this talent show, you know, part 2, Kenya is doing a dance and a lip sync, and which made me think, you know, shouldn't you sing? Like, Kenya, we know you can sing.
Yeah.
But, you know, anyway, it really gets in her head because she realizes she isn't saying all the words.
Yeah.
She knows it. She got called out.
I know.
Feels bad.
So let's get into the talent shows for this part 2. So first off, we start with Mikey Meeks, who does a Bride of Frankenstein inspired burlesque performance. I thought this was fun.
It's cool.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was campy. I thought it had a cool narrative. You know, you only get a minute for these talent shows. So I think within that, she was able to fit a fully realized concept, which I thought was fun.
Finger. She showed some herniated nipples and body parts. It was a little gross.
Yeah, but I thought it was actually a moment where Mikey was able to shine. I think Mikey's been kind of coasting in these past few episodes, and I thought that this would actually kind of wake her up, and this would like maybe elevate her to, you know, a positive critique or something. But obviously that's not how it ended up going, but we'll get into that later. And then next up was Athena Dion, who did an original song inspired by her Greek heritage.
If this was a drinking game and the word Greek was the word, we'd all be trashed.
Dude,
Suddenly Athena is saying she's Greek every 3 seconds.
I loved it. It's fully giving Angie K from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I was giggling. The oppa. Like I was giggling at it. Like I thought at first I was like, oh gosh. And like paired with her runway look this episode, I was like, holy moly. Literally.
Can I just say that? I don't think blue is her color.
Yeah.
It's just, it was a kind of on top of it all. But to me, this is not my kind of drag. I'm glad you liked it, but I was like, if I was at the bar in Mykonos, I would go get another drink.
This is how you throw a party on Drag Race, bitch. That's what she said. Come on. Yeah, I just need to see her and Angie K like just kiki about their Greek heritage. I just put them in a room together and just let them, no door, just let them just have at each other for hours.
It was very polished.
Yeah,
very
so I thought it was
polished.
fun. And then we got into Kenya, who did an original lip sync song. At first, when I was watching this, I felt like it was a little plain. Like, I felt like she could have benefited from some backup dancers, some set design. Once she brought in the flag, I was like, okay, like I'm a little more into this. But for the most part, it was just a lip sync performance, which
Her ponytail was sticking to her face. There were just some like decisions that didn't seem like it was giving her the leg up.
yeah.
know?
So I don't know. I mean, Kenya is just so magnetic as a person. And like, even when we've seen her lip sync before, like she puts the energy in and you just want to root for her. But there's moments where it's like, oh, God, I just wish she just had a little more push to her.
Did you see that little commentary between Rue and Michelle?
Yeah.
That was like, she's lip syncing the backup part, not the lead vocal.
Yeah.
So that's the attention to detail that, I think Kenya, it brings this amazing personality and the best in every confessional. And,
Yeah.
but I think there's some shakiness that's happening sometimes and the judges are noticing.
Exactly. So then we go into Jane Don't, who also does an original song. I mean, she's just a smart, funny girl. Like Jane Don't, just, I mean, we've seen it in the comedy challenges. We've seen it in the writing of like the girl group challenge. Like she is quick-witted. She's smart-minded.
The punchlines are there.
It's
there were
incredible.
bigger laughs in this 1 minute of television than the entire RDR live episode.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was writing down so many things. Like, if we're firing the janitor, who's gonna me in the ass? She's got a big ass and a bigger mouth. Like, just
it's so funny.
great. And she just has one of those personalities, like when she's performing, where it just draws you in and like you just are there with her, like in this storytelling, in this narrative that she's forming. You're just locked in, and she just has this confidence. And I mean, Jane can do no wrong. Like, she's really showing that she is a formidable force in this challenge.
And her talent is so undeniable that the Rated Queen alliances couldn't, hurt her.
Exactly. And then last, we had Discord Adams, who did her drum and guitar set. It was kind of like this play on all of the typical drag tropes that we get in, lip sync songs
Wig
and
reveal.
talent shows. So the first part of this, like where she was like on the drums, I was just kind of like, like I wasn't
playing real drums.
Yes, we're always going to
Discord's
give
a real
credit.
musician.
Exactly, yes. And like she'll perform when she does drag performances at clubs and stuff. She's on a guitar, she's on drums, she's a part of a band with like her partner. So really cool. So I'm glad that she got to incorporate that into it. I just like, I wasn't really like into like the first part. It was interesting because when she got into the middle part of her song, she like dropped into this lower register of her voice and it sounded so good. And at that point I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like what's going on here? And then she like kind of went back out of it and I was like, okay. But like we said, it's so hard with talent show because in a way you would think, okay, if I just do a lip sync performance and I do some dips and splits, like I'm safe. I'm going to be fine. And, an example of that is Kenya. Like Kenya just did a lip sync performance and that was it. And Kenya was safe. Or you want to be someone like Sierra, you want to be someone like Discord who, have these alternative talents, who want to do something a little different, maybe isn't rooted in comedy, and they're like penalized for it. And it's like, they have these like great natural talents and we're coming to a talent show and they're being knocked for showing that, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, right. We know the standard, which is come with a pre-produced song.
Yes.
And have it be, my is popping or whatever,
Yeah.
something very drag race friendly, and then, scoot by.
Yeah.
So these were, more unexpected. And, I do think like the song could have just been a little bit more like rock and roll.
Yeah.
It felt Disney Channel to me. And, I think that was maybe where it just crank it up to 11, as they say.
We needed the more punk. So runway theme for this episode was shake, shake, shake. Looks that move when you do. Did you have a favorite in this section?
Yes. My favorite was Jane. And I, past couple weeks have been a little bit like not loving the acid green incorporation into everything, but this look really sold it to me because there was a paler shade to it, and I just love the kind of pirate My Fair Lady, you know, and the way it moved was unexpected. That it was like these little kind of, I don't know, like little pieces of fabric slightly moving with the wind. And I just thought she looked stunning.
Yeah.
I really did. Yeah.
She has a real eye for fashion. I mean, her package has been so strong thus far in the competition, and it's dangerous to see someone who is this funny, who is this fashion forward, and this confident in her abilities. Well, except for when she like cried in the workroom.
And she has 2 wins.
Yes, and has 2 wins. Like she's a force right now, and I'm really interested to see like how she's going to carry on within the last half of the season. My favorite was Nene Coco. This look was just so much fun. Like just the shape, the material, the color combinations. I mean, Nene is just, she's such a good drag queen.
Both of your favorites from this week and last week were kind of Georgia O'Keeffe. Is there something you want to tell us,
No,
Jason?
no. Boys. I love boys on the record. But this is just, oh my God, she's just fantastic. And like, I'm going to officially say my favorite makeup face of the season is Nene. Just the way that she incorporates her makeup into the look. The first thing I look at on Nene Coco look is her face to see how she is incorporating her like signature, you know, eye makeup into the look. And she's just so intentional with everything. We already talked about her like, you know, like methodical thinking behind all of her drag looks in terms of like her planning. She just knows what's going on. And I love a smart drag queen like that paired with like the super smart talent show. Like Nene is... She's it. She's the moment.
Nene and Jane are front runners at this point in my mind.
Incredible. So then we go into the top 2 for this week, which are Jane Don't and Athena Dion.
Athena played the politics, and you know, Greece has a history of democracy. They are the creators of democracy, and she pulled the polls. She pulled the levers.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say she didn't earn it.
Yeah.
She just had a different strategy.
Yeah. So they had to lip sync to Jerkin by Amel and the Sniffers.
This was all new to me. I was not.
Yeah, I had to look this up. So
judge.
guest judge was Amy Taylor, who was the lead singer of this Australian punk band called Amel and the Sniffers.
Discord Adam said, "My idol." I was like, "Who fed that lie to you? There's no way." But still super fun.
So yeah, it was a punk song. Athena is dressed like Popeye in her Greek-inspired outfit, and then Jane, I think, was given a little more punk. I think Jane just has a very confident lip-syncing style. I personally would have given it to Jane, but Athena ended up getting the win, which was kind of surprising.
Athena, you know, I think committed extra hard during this lip sync.
Yeah.
Jane, you know, was spinning and had her back to the cameras a lot, which I think if she looked back at this, she'd be like, oh, why was I doing that? You know? Because Jane is more the character, but the contrast to see Athena in this like Katy Perry type, you know, sparkly blue outfit, you know, doing a punk song was about jerking it. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. So Athena got to win, and then we find out that the other girls, so Kenya is safe, Discord safe, which meant that Mikey was the bottom rated queen of the week. I did not see this coming.
The judges were split on Mikey's performance, but some of them said that was their favorite.
Yeah.
So
I didn't think it was the worst.
No,
absolutely not.
Yeah, the rated queen bit her in the ass.
Yeah, which was kind of scary. So that meant that she had to go up and lip sync against Sierra, since she was the bottom queen of episode 5. So they get to lip sync to Toxic by Britney Spears.
To go from episode 5's lip sync to this one was rough.
Yeah, I mean...
And also, this is a song we've seen drag queens lip sync to at, you know, for years.
Exactly. Specifically, and Rue shouts it out, in season 4, Jiggly does this against Alyssa Summers, and it is... I always think back to this lip sync. It's when I think the runway theme was like apocalypse or something. Jiggly is in like tinfoil, like she looks like she's at a rave, and I mean, but she is giving this song. Like she is turning it out. So I think it's safe to say that Jiggly, rest in paradise, like still holds the crown for this lip sync. Like nothing was touched. But yeah, like you said,
Mikey was more in character, and obviously as the Bride of Frankenstein, Toxic kind of fits more. It's too bad the past 2 weeks Sierra's fashion, her runway looks just didn't live up to her own standard. I think it seemed a little simple.
Yeah,
the mug was great, but the rest of it was kind of like, meh.
I know. So that ended up being that Mikey won the lip sync, meaning that Sierra, unfortunately, was the one who was eliminated this episode.
Indianapolis's finest. This is tough. I
mean,
hate saying goodbye.
Yeah, I've said it before, but like Sierra is a very, a lot of the girls are smart this season, but like Sierra is very like intentional with a lot of her drag, and just seeing the way, her outfits she presents and like her social media presence. Like Sierra is one of my favorite queens to like follow within this journey of this season. And I know she's still going to be, doing big things. So I'm excited to see what's to come from Miss Mist.
Yeah, pour a can of Sierra Mist out for Sierra Mist.
I know, but we got episode 7 coming next week. Oh my gosh. You thought we were halfway through the season, baby. We're not even halfway there. We got a lot more Drag Race to talk about.
But we're getting some front runners. It really feels like, and also people are starting to disappear. A couple weeks ago we were gushing over Darlene.
Yeah.
And the past couple weeks she's disappeared a little bit. So Darlene, I hope you kick it back up into overdrive. Yeehaw, baby. There's we still want to we have a lot of really fun challenges that we know are going to happen, Snatch Game, et cetera. So
stay tuned here on Work Room Weekly, and we'll see you next week.